Hello, my name is Ivy and welcome to Shibi Travels. Today I'm going to take you to the Blue Angels Museum in Pensacola, Florida. It is officially known as the National Naval Aviation Museum. It was a warm and rather humid day today, but it wasn't that busy, even though it was going into the Memorial Day weekend. So I'm going to show you all the airplanes that's featured in this museum. So as we enter the museum, they have this kind of like a cinema theater feel. There's a snack bar behind these statues. And then to your right, as you enter, you'll see this hologram about different naval personnel that you will find on a ship. And they introduce themselves and what they do on a naval ship. Touch the screen for more information. These are the famous Blue Angels airplanes. They usually have some sort of live demonstration outside, but not today because I went there late in the afternoon. If you want to see a live demonstration, you need to check their website. This place is like a big warehouse with 3 stories, and it's just full of old airplanes and even helicopters that was used during several wars in American history. So you should spend like a day inside this museum. This next plane is the F-9F Cougar. It was manufactured for the Korean War, but it was too late in that war, so it was instead used in the Vietnam War. As you can see, this plane was used by the Axis power by the Germans during the Second War. Look at the symbol in its tail. Now let's walk over and we'll see some of the other planes used in the Second World War. Now this is a small exhibit featuring a kamikaze pilot during the Second World War. And now I'm going to show you a plane used during the Second World War in the European theater. It is similar to the planes featured in the Apple TV series produced by Steven Spielberg called Masters of the Air. Now here's something interesting. Back in the day, there was no computerized navigational tools. So these 2 men or mannequins, they represent people whose job was to plot the course as they're flying up in the air. So now let's head over to the Pacific Theater. Again, this is an example of a kamikaze pilot. I'm going to show you an example of their Japanese airplanes. These are the legendary Mitsubishi Zeros, which were superior at the start of the Pacific Theater because they were very lightweight and easy to maneuver. If you were a civilian at that time, and you would know that it's a Mitsubishi Zero because if you can see the red circle underneath its wing. This is a small exhibit about the USS Enterprise, commonly known as the Big E. It is one of the most famous warships or battleships used during the Second World War. Here is a list of all the planes and ships they damaged during the Pacific Theater. Next, you'll see the meeting room of where the pilots would come in and they would get briefing over their mission. You will see these small symbols of the Japanese Nippon flag, which every time they shot a Japanese airplane, a pilot gets that symbol on his airplane until he becomes an ace. So next I'm going to show you what life was like in America during the war. So this is their typical grocery store back in the day.
They do not have this open.
You will now see their confectionery, and Hershey's is still available today, and I think Nestle Crunch is still available in the market today. The Battle of Midway happened on June 1942, and it was very important because it turned the tide in the Pacific Theater. It gave the Allies a chance in winning the war. I'm gonna end this tour with a closer look at the Mitsubishi Zero. Why? Because this airplane, set the tone for the Second World War. The Allies, including General MacArthur, did not expect Japan to create superior airplanes. But we all know how the war ended because America was able to finally catch up. But this little airplane made such a difference, and it changed the course of history. Don't forget to press the like and subscribe button.